Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. The more people I talk to that are interested in the Philippines but don't want to get vaccinated, it makes me just think I should bring this up in a video because I'd like to know how many more guys are out there who, in their mind, they've made up their mind, they're willing to go to the Philippines to look for a wife. That's what I did 7 years ago. But now they've got to, either get vaccinated, which they may not want to do, maybe now vaccinated plus boosted to be able to go to the Philippines. They might think that's their only chance left to really have a chance to find a good wife. And what do they do? I really have empathy for people in that situation because I'm sure the decision is very difficult. You have, you're 100% wanting to go to the Philippines and find a wife, and you think that you can, and at the same time, you're 100% against getting the COVID vaccine. Right now, the Philippines, this is what, July 15th or something, middle of July 2022, and you still can't get in the Philippines without being vaccinated. And they may have changed that to being boosted on top of that. I don't know. But what do you do? I mean, how many of these, guys watching these TikTok videos want to go? They want to get their plane tickets. They want to meet somebody that they've been talking to even, but they equally don't want to get vaccinated. And how long are you willing to wait? I'll tell you what I would do in just a little bit. What I would do as me, not as anyone else. But I recognize how frustrating this is. One person I talked to recently kind of went silent for a while when I mentioned the fact that you have to have a COVID vaccine to go to the Philippines, and they didn't really know that or want to do it. So what do? You just tell the woman that you've been talking to, well, see you later, maybe check back in a few years, I don't know, put your life on hold for me, but I'm not going to get a vaccine right now. What do? It just poses some problems. And I respect people's right to get vaccinated or not get vaccinated. I'm vaccinated fully. I got a booster, and then I got COVID. Then I got over that, and we went to the Philippines this year. And I've been there 5 times, but then I hear of people who they want to go, but they don't want to get vaccinated. So how long do you put your life on hold, as it were, hoping that something beyond your control, the Philippines government, decides to allow people in without being vaccinated? How long are you going to wait? Are you in that situation right now? Were you in that situation and then said, you know what, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to get vaccinated anyway so I can go over there to the Philippines and meet the person I've been talking to, even though I don't want to get vaccinated? Well, I mean, some of you have done that, I suppose. But that's what this video is for. I just want to have people let me know, are you wrestling with that right now? Did you give up your attempt to find a wife in the Philippines until the government says, okay, you don't need to be vaccinated? Nobody can tell somebody else, here's what you should do. But I will say what I would do, knowing myself now after being married 7 years, knowing my wife better. What I would do is, if it were me, I would say, okay, I don't like this idea, but I'm fairly healthy, so if something goes wrong, maybe I'll recover from it. I got my first COVID shot at 60, something like that. And I've been fine, my wife's been fine, my mother's been fine, but not everybody's been fine. Personally, I would just say, okay, well, I think I can marry this person, I know I can marry this person, and I'm going to marry this person, so I'll get vaccinated, do whatever I can, and that's what I'll do. As far as the consequences, well, you can pray that you be spared some of the health problems that they're uncovering now with the COVID vaccine. You can look for the safest version if they come out with new versions of these COVID vaccinations. Or you can just say, you know what, I'm not going to let somebody put their life on hold for me. I'm going to let them go. But just so you can know what your future holds, assuming you're safe from side effects from the vaccine, I would get it if it were me, and then just take good care of myself, pray that nothing happens, and go to the Philippines and meet the person I've been communicating with and get married. But that's just what I would do. I know I would do that. I'm not saying anybody here has to. I'm just pointing out it is a big dilemma right now when you think you've found a place to find a wife and now you have to do something you're dead set against. Let me know if anyone is struggling with this.